Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the rationalinvestor.co. And I think what we're going to do today is a little free video for the YouTube audience. We haven't done one of them for a while, so this is an introduction for you, YouTube audience. This is our little live page here that members see, and we post regularly members videos on a daily basis. I think on my tweet I had pointed out how we had a guest host yesterday, one of our students, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun, Nick and I. And I've been sort of neglecting the YouTube audience a little bit here, but gee whiz, it's been so busy. In fact, here's one of our site members here, and I'm Oscar. He's been such a great participant and such a good trader. I'm just going to send him a little message. We're going to say doing YouTube vid at the moment. We haven't talked in a little while, and I thought that maybe it'd be of value to the YouTube audience that we do one of these videos for you. Sadly, the Bitcoin story is just is very painful at the moment, and now I'm getting messages that other people on the site are sending me messages. So, this is kind of one of the reasons why I haven't done a YouTube video lately. Is just I'm so busy. I mean, we've got this site up and running, and it's just flying. And I suppose just a quick report card for you. We've done a full cycle of the School for Bitcoin Trader Development, and we're now registering for the fall program. And most of the seats are already gone, and we're just finishing up with people that were on the reservation list at this point. If there are any seats open at the very end, end of registration is next Friday. If there are any seats open, I'll let the YouTube audience know, and you can always pop on by. But as you can see, basically we record all of the sessions, and we had 2 programs going over the summer. This was the summer program Wednesday for the Europeans, and this was the Saturday program for the North Americans. And I think it went pretty well. Students, some students that come out of the program, man, they're damn good traders now. They understand things like risk appreciation and, CRY's 2 rules of investing and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm really, really impressed with what's been happening there. And like I said, we got a pretty enthused group ready to get going here in the middle of October, so that's all good. Crypto Daily, been publishing quite a few blog posts lately. Basically, we can get to the crypto story in particular, but basically I try to post to the site, a nice blog posting once every day or two, just to keep everybody informed and of what I'm generally thinking in general market stance. And then, like I showed you just a minute ago, we have this really cool little crypto live room set up here where members can basically just watch all the recent videos at their leisure. And Google makes it nice and handy where you can just pull up the actual playlist, and you can see we've been doing lots and lots of videos for members. And they can also watch the YouTube video, which we were going to do probably here for this one today. But more importantly, we've got this little chart function, and gee whiz, here goes Bitcoin breaking down again, eh? Ay, caramba. I guess I was looking at the 1 hour. This is a cute little chart function that we have just sitting here. But we also have the regular Bitcoin chat going on the left-hand side, so we can watch that in TradingView. But we also have our own chat room. And you're more than welcome to pop into this chat room on TradingView. It's a free access, so if you want to come and introduce yourselves. But this, we just have this embedded in our little members room here, and it works great. It's just a nice internal communication system. Esperanto here, this is Julian, basically the site admin guru. He's sort of the one who's just put all this site together and runs it on a daily basis. He's actually expecting to add a what the hell is it called, buddy press the system to this, so we'll get the internal messaging going. But this was a nice little makeshift operation. And it worked pretty well. And you can just pop on over to TradingView and look for this chat room, the RI School for Bitcoin Trader Development chat room. And, by all means, if you want to come in and say hi, you're more than welcome. So long and short of this, let's get to the Bitcoin summary for you guys. I mean, all these free videos that I was doing over the summer, I mean, it was painful. I mean, it's so ironic, eh? That basically I started, and we'll just look at Stamp here today for you guys. I started this business model, I mean, basically right here. I mean, how ironic, eh? And what's really interesting is really all this has been over the past 3 or 4 months has just been an exercise in survival. If there were put options available, and on the chart here, this is an illustration I was making to someone of the optimal trade entry principle. This is a fantastic example that, hey, not every trade setup works. I trade setups, and I actually expect, according to the course material that I teach people, I expect to be wrong, really up to about 35% of the time comfortably. And I can handle being wrong up to like 40, 50, even really 50% of the time. We use the general benchmark for the CME boys, saying that really they want to be accurate 55% of the time as long as they have 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. And really that makes sense, but unfortunately for the novice trader, what they just don't understand is that real professional traders expect to take losses. And they expect to have losers. So, this OTE setup that I was demonstrating to someone recently, it's failed. We broke these lows here, and you can see it's just happened right now. So anyway, that's why I have this on in particular. And it's important to understand, as traders, that we don't want to put the pressure on ourselves to have to be right 100% of the time. That's just, number one, as humans, it's psychologically impossible. It's just completely impossible to expect 100% accuracy. And then if you do expect 100% accuracy, and then all of a sudden statistics just takes over, and anybody who runs statistical models knows that sometimes you get into pockets of anomalies where it just doesn't make sense, but the statistics just run into a wall. So what do you do then if you've priced yourself to perfection and Murphy's law kicks in, right? Which just that's the way life is. So the point here is that if you're going to take setups, for me in the course material that I teach, the most important thing is we always are able to live to fight another day. And that's sort of this whole concept of don't risk more than 5% of your portfolio on any one single investment. And that's a really basic rule. Really my feeling, and when I look at commodity traders and when I look at Forex traders, and I actually see the progress of students through the course, they ultimately, interestingly enough, end up migrating towards about 2 to 3% risk on a trade. So keep that in mind. In my course material, I simply talk about a nice simple benchmark rule to keep yourself out of trouble. And that's just simply, if you hit that 5% risk threshold, then you really have to, just sort of pony up and say, hey, you know what, I was wrong. Let's just, get the hell out. No sense in taking unnecessary, unwarranted risks. So, recently I had been talking, if we look at Stamp in particular, and a lot of my blog posts recently, actually we don't need this open right now. I have been talking about, that's on the Crypto Daily. And it'd been actually quite a while, probably about a few months. Well, not a few months. All right, so I guess back the middle of September, we sort of acquiesced on the idea that Bitcoin was looking rather negative. Then on the 19th of September, we potentially saw harmonic pattern developing, a bullish bat. And the bullish bat basically had a target of this 88.6, and this is Phoenix we're looking at here. One thing you should know is that I'm analyzing all of these markets on any one basis, but interestingly enough, a lot of them obey similar harmonics. So, and actually I think I have Phoenix's chart up here, so we can look at that. Yeah, here's, there's Phoenix on the 60-minute. Let's see, there's daily stamp and 1 hour stamp and 15-minute Phoenix. Oh, don't have daily Phoenix up here. Well, what the hell, we'll just keep on stamp. So the point here is here's that 88.6 level right here. And that was about, I guess, was that say 378, something like that. And there was a pretty good fight here. We had this first bottom attempt. They rallied it back. Then we came down and tested it again. So you can see that there was a heck of a fight. But, if we look at it sort of zoomed in, you can also see that the fight just kept being won by the bears, right? If we look at market structure, the simple principle is M's are bearish and W's are bullish. So, we started with an M here, boom, 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 fail. Then another lower low, and a rally back, then another lower low, then a rally back, and we potentially had this little bottoming action in here. But then another new low, boo, hiss, 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 hiss. A little bit of consolidation. Now another new low. So, just simply put, market structure just is not helping the bulls right now at all. The one good thing I kind of like about what I'm seeing here right now in the market, let's see if I get rid of those. Is often at the end of events, you notice how the price sort of went sideways here, right? And that's not typical of the end of a bull market or bull or bear move. That's typical of the beginning, right? When we start to break down and making lower highs. What is typical of the end of the move is when we start going what we call parabolic. And you can sort of see how we're starting to really go parabolic here on the chart. So that in itself sort of leads me to the idea that, maybe we're closer to the bottom than the top. Honestly, I thought we were approaching that on the bat. And what's interesting is when we ultimately failed through this potential bad setup, man, have we failed hard here. I mean, price is just cascading lower here. And when we sort of look at like the intradays, here's that sort of parabolic comment again. You can see how we're going sideways, sideways, and then we're really starting to accelerate to the downside here. 321.46 just so happens to be our low, and I don't know if that's correct or not. Let's see what we got here. 321.50, so basically around there. And on the dailies, like I said, we've got this 200%, 200% extension here, 305. We've got now what I would consider the next potential harmonic target, the alt bat. And let's see, do we have a chart of that? There's the alt bat, and the alt bat, its target for potential point D turn is 113% extension. So going back to here, 113, about $295. All right, so we've got the alt bat. We've got this 200% extension off of the recent trading range fail, this trading range here. And we might decide to draw 200% extensions off of this range as well. You can see how those, well, there's 277. I don't know whether we can go with that one. I do like this one. Basically, there's that, what does that number say? Yeah, it doesn't help that it's in a funny color here. Looks like 305, somewhere in that neighborhood. We've got this bear ABCD, boom, 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 boom. This second blue line, arrow line is just a clone of the first one. That also comes to there. And this is also interesting. I think this really speaks volumes to me. This high, right, that 700 and what was that? $710 down to its ultimate low, right? What was this? 357 or what? 339, right? If you project that same blue line, all this blue line is a clone of this same move, A, B, C, D, right down into that 113 target. So put it all together, and I think it just makes common sense that we failed at the bat, right? And the interesting thing is, as it would just became evident that we were losing this battle, the market now has just gone into free fall, right? And what's interesting is we had first free fall, then we have a bit of consolidation, and students in my course, and you YouTube audience, and others often hear me say that markets never move in just sort of one move. It's never A to B. It's A, B, C, D. So if we see that similar pattern, what a coincidence, it lines up with this massive bear ABCD target, and the harmonic targets, and this bear ABCD target. I mean, the long and short of it here is we can make a pretty good case for a nice window move into there, right? Internally, it's interesting to see that Willie is pretty stupid here. I mean, we're not overbought anymore, right? But you see how long it took for this overbought condition to resolve itself, right? Willie officially went stupid overbought on the 29th of May, and the market didn't really break in earnest until the 9th of, well, where are we here? There, 11th of June. So that was like literally almost 2 weeks. So we've gone stupid here now, stupid oversold on the, right here, this bar here, on the 30th of September. So literally, this carnage, and I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. I mean, it's a down move, no doubt about it. This is a mess. And we could very easily, just based on this simple notion, and you don't see Willie. I mean, he doesn't get stupid very often. Here he just briefly got stupid, but this took a few sessions to resolve. Basically we're in the area that I think you should be hunting for bottoms, not tops. Like if my phone was ringing and I was a broker, the sad thing is on the break of 340, the public's going to be in here panicking and wanting to sell. And, according to Willie, and the reason why I built the indicator to begin with, Willie's saying, you know what, maybe selling Bitcoins is a good idea, but I just don't think it's a good idea to sell your Bitcoins just right yet. And really, I could easily see, a underside kiss of the 340, underside kiss of all these levels. If we look at volume profile, we could very easily make the hard argument that Hogue would probably be in here very interested in buying value low here. Clearly, just volume profile wise, this sure looks like unresolved business right in here. That's 536 bucks. All of this is unresolved business, in my opinion. That would be a test of value high again. And, the long and short of it here is, Hogue makes a lot of money in the world, right? But he makes a lot of money because he's willing to step in here when nobody else is willing to touch this thing. So, that's the long and short of it here. And really my hunch is, here's the sad part, right? Is that, as prices going parabolic, obviously the public's getting interested, the volatility indexes are rising. And what does the public always do? The public always buys at the top and sells at the bottom. So maybe we go into some extreme volatility here, right? Maybe we get some just wicked kick-ass bars. And on other exchanges, we looked at volume profile, going back, prior to the last bull market. And you can realistically make the argument, if we look at this weekly profile, right? This is going back to pre-Silk Road and all that, I mean, very similar to the way that I said that there was unresolved business up here. I mean, you could argue that this whole area is unresolved business. You know, I mean, it's got to be filled in, and that's basically what the market's doing right now. So with all that said, I just, again, as I said, I build Willie specifically to tell me when the public, it might very well be panicking, right? It's called stupid for a reason. Price action could get really stupid in here. I mean, you can see the sellers, they're starting to pick up here, right? This could get really crazy in here. But having said that, I just so you guys know, when I run the school, I accept payment in Bitcoins. I don't think it's a good idea for us to be liquidating the Bitcoins that we get in payment right here. I'm more than happy just to slowly spoon feed the market Bitcoins over time. And Willie, is basically saying, yeah, market's stupid right now, and you could see some really crazy ass shit here. But really, I've used this long enough to know that this is not the time to get sucked into the selling euphoria. All right, so that's basically my 2 cents here. For trading purposes, I run a model portfolio for the school, and basically in our member videos and those kind of reports, I've been updating that I basically be taking a very slow nibble approach on Bitcoin itself. If you go to the website and you see the PAM service, I've just basically been slowly buying into Bitcoins here, and frankly speaking, I think I'm very interested in taking another nibble down here. These are like this, if I did it, it would be a tenth of a coin. It'd be a $33 transaction. I mean, that's the size of nibbles that I'm talking about. And by doing the nibble strategy, I've got a world of risk cushion. I really like to follow the 5% rule, and my little nibbles here, I've come nowhere close to 5% portfolio risk. And really, as I said before, the sad part about it with Bitcoins here, because they're unregulated and because it almost seems to me like they hop from one exchange to another, trying to screw the margin players and stuff like that. I don't really want to go full bore margin long and that kind of stuff until we have actually bottomed and turned the corner here. There's lots and lots of anecdotal evidence to suggest that we're getting close to the bottom. But it's not in yet, and it's simply for that reason that I'm doing the nibble strategy and I'm not going full bore. Just as simple as that. For the YouTube audience, should know that I do run a crypto portfolio, and this is sort of one of the principles that I teach in the class is I like the efficient frontier method of asset management. So if I want to play the cryptocurrencies, I just don't think it's a good idea to have all your eggs in one basket. So as you can see, I have a number of positions on here. Again, following sort of Cry's rules of investing, I don't like to take more than 5% portfolio risk on any one single play. And you can see it's just basically a nice diversified basket of little altcoins that sort of meet our trade setups that we talk about in the course. I've put a grand total of 1 1/4 coins into the account, and as you can see, we put one full coin in here halfway through September. So we're sitting right now at about 1.85 coins, so very, very healthy returns. Very, very pleased with that. All of the principles that I follow in the crypto portfolio, we talk about on a weekly basis in the school. And really, that's the benefits of membership, is not only do you get sort of that exposure to what I'm doing on a daily basis across the crypto market, but you also get these videos that are produced on a pretty regular basis talking about price action. And like I said to on the Twitter feeds, we did a really cool video yesterday with one of the students. Kind of reminded me of the shows that I used to do back in the summer. One of my students was a co-host, and we had a lot of fun with that. So, I think we'll bring this little presentation for the YouTube audience to a close. For the day traders, I've got some levels that I'm keeping an eye on here for the market going forward. Looks like we're getting interesting fractal action in here. So off of the hourlies, it's looking a little bit more encouraging. I don't think we've hit those big downside targets, so I'm not really looking for, major super buy. As you can see, but this is Hobo. We broke hard here. These little icons are, our little trade setups, so I like to publish that for group audience too. So, is this like, the time, oh my God, this is the bottom, away we go? I don't think we're here just yet. But for little day traders, there's always opportunities, and we love to talk about that in the chat room and stuff. So, anybody who can make money on a $10, $20 swing in Bitcoin, there are opportunities for you there too. All right, so why don't we leave it at that? Hope you pop on over to the site. We have lots of fun talking crypto every day. As I said, the school's going full bore. We're just rocking and rolling. And everybody's having a lot of fun. And what's really cool about all this is I can really see some really, really good traders developing here. So it's really awesome. All right, have ourselves an awesome day. Sucks about Bitcoin price, but really not really that big of a surprise given higher time frame perspectives. And I'm kind of telling the group that I think we're getting actually pretty darn close to a really, really, really attractive buying level on Bitcoin. Anyway, all right, all the best. Talk to you later, and bye for now.